How's it going, everyone? And this is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about a biomedical company to watch. We're going to go over and look at some of the important drugs that this company is working on that can help a lot of people. We're going to be talking about what to expect, go over the fundamentals of the company, and what are the important things that this company is working on. Right now, we're also going to be talking about the overall stock market. What are some important economic data coming out that can significantly affect the stock market? We're going to be going over the probability of interest rate cuts coming pretty soon in September. So we're going to be talking about all this important information in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into it. So the company that we're going to be talking about is going to be ticker symbol CRDL, Cardio Therapeutics Incorporated. As you can see, the company is up 9.71% today. So when you go to their website to look at exactly what their mission statement is, what is their objective, as you can see, this company objective is to heal the heart with innovative science. And they're stating that we are a clinical stage life science company focused on the research and clinical development of anti-inflammatory and anti-fibrotic therapeutics for the treatment of heart disease. So one of the important things they're working on is to combat heart disease. So let's go over some important things and some important headlines that came out from this company. So recently they just released the results for their Archer trial for acute myocarditis, a dangerous heart inflammation that currently has no FDA approved treatment. So that's pretty massive, and some of the data that are released is very promising. So that is a fantastic news for this company. So let's talk about the breakthrough. So they showed that the Cardio RX drug, which they're naming it an oral-based treatment, significantly improved heart function, making the first ever clinical proof of this kind in this condition. Even better, it was safe and well tolerated. So that was pretty massive progress that they made. And why this actually matters is because we all know that heart disease is the #1 killer worldwide. And there are several options where you can treat it. One of the options, which is very expensive, which is $270,000 per patient that it costs for treatment of a heart disease that is called myocarditis, and also a recurring pericarditis that is really expensive to treat. And the drug that this company is working on, which is Cardio RX, could be a safer and more affordable alternative instead of paying $270,000 to get treatment. So that is pretty important information. So let's talk about another thing that this company is working on. They're also running the phase 3 trial for the Maverick drug for pericarditis and developing CRD38, a next-gen version for heart failure, a $30 billion market. So that is pretty massive for this company. If they can go through tackling this heart disease, they can definitely make a significant progress. So let's talk about the price and what to expect. So the current price right now, as I said, was around $1.13. The potential target for this company, they're stating, is going to be at $9. That is a projected move of above 500% to the upside if everything works out. And some of the important things that this company is working on, some of the important things to watch out for, is that Archer results will be presented at a clinical meeting pretty soon, and also have an ongoing phase 3 enrollment milestone through 2026, and also the IND filing for this CRD38 in heart failure. This is the 3 important news that we need to be watching out for. So if anything breaks out, this company releases a press release about these 3 things, we might potentially see some massive moves happening for this company. So let's talk about the fundamentals of the company, how many shares out there, if insiders own it, etc. So there are right now 76.70 million share float available for the public to trade. Insider owns 4.78% of it. Institutions own 8.42%. And when you look at the technicals of the company, we are seeing some form of a base forming at around 80 cents. Is a very good support level for the stock right now. It is it actually pulled back a little bit to around $1, and right now it's pulling back to the upside. So you can definitely risk off of like 80 cents for a potential move for the stock, to go up and fill the gap over here or go to $1.40. If you're somebody that wants to trade it in the short term, and if you definitely want to invest in this company also, you can definitely go over the website and do some more research about this company and what are the important things that they're working on. So that's going to be for this company, but let's talk about some important things for the overall stock market. What are some important things to watch out for the overall stock market? So we had some CPI data come out today, and it was exactly as expected. So this is indicating that there might potentially be a Fed rate cut coming up in September, and we might potentially see the stock market even go higher. So we're going to be talking about later on in detail about what to expect for the overall market. But in the near term, for Wednesday, August 13, we have a few Fed presidents speaking from 8 a.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m., 12:30 p.m. We have Richmond Fed President Tom speaking, Chicago Fed President speaking, Atlanta Fed President speaking. So a lot of Fed presidents speaking. So they might mention here and there about interest rates and etc. And also on Thursday, August 14, we have important inflation data also coming up. We have initial jobless claims data coming out. We have the core PPI data, PPI year over year. Core PPI year over year data is also going to be announced. And also we have another Fed president speaking at 2 p.m. That's going to be a really important thing to watch. On Friday, we have U.S. retail sales coming up. We have import price index, industrial production, everything that's related to the U.S. Industrial data is going to be coming out. That's going to be for Friday. But let's talk about this day, Thursday. I think it's going to be really important. The core PPI and PPI year over year data is going to be important to watch. But let's go over what the market just did today. So the market was up 1% to the upside, making close to new all-time highs today. The high that it made was around 642.85. So that was fantastic. And also when you look at some of the important headlines that came out, there are some important indications right now stating that the Fed could potentially be cutting interest rates in September, and the stock market is definitely going to be liking that news. And if the Fed cuts interest rates, it's going to be a lot of businesses that can be able to borrow money and they'll be able to invest it back into their companies, and we might potentially see more upside move to the upside, and we might continue to rally to the year end. So I'm expecting to see more upside move coming for the overall stock market. We also have like Bitcoin also trading up. We're at $120,000, and these asset classes are definitely going to be pushing to the upside significantly if we get interest rate cuts on September. So just be on the lookout for that. But let me know in the comments below what you think about the Euro stock market, what you think about the stock that we talked about. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. But I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.